Recently, I received a package from Keller Nerd, and I could not be more happy about this. Wait till you see what's inside. Lots of papers inside, and also this guy. This is the Sin Eater from Trench Crusade, and I am so in love with this model. It's so good. I am so thankful to finally have this. And if that weren't enough, he also sent me the Death Wizards from Knucklebones. These are so good as well. I love these. They're super characterful little minis. They have that hand sculpted look that I adore. I think these will be great for like Forbidden Psalm or just like some Morkborg. You know, you can do all sorts of grim, dark, weird and wacky stuff with minis like these. Look at this. This one has a scythe. I think it's called the Reaper or something. This one's like a necromancer with a little skull, an awesome hair job, and two amazing skeletons. They remind me very much of the Morkborg skeleton that's on the cover. Oh, these are so good. Let's get them all boxed up and ready to clean them. But first, I've got the tokens I talked about in the last video. The alien zoology tokens. We've got some traps, we've got some excrement, we've got some eggs, and of course we've got food in the form of vegetables and meat. These were all hand sculpted by Flo himself. Ah, so good. Resin cast. Let's get this all cleaned up. So, the thing with miniatures is you always have to clean them. There's always some cleanup involved. With plastic, you got the mold lines, and with 3D prints, you've got little bits of supports that are still left, and sometimes there's like a tiny bit of like an error from printing. But this guy went together perfectly, and the rest of these guys, I've got them all cleaned up now, and now it's time for a little bath. We need to wash off any grease or dirt that might still be on these minis. They're perfectly cured. I left them out in the sun even after receiving them. But just to be sure, I wanted them super clean. Look at this guy, he's never gonna be this clean again. Just so I could make sure that the primer is gonna stick. The rest of these guys all got a little soapy bath. It just helps to make sure that we don't have any issues when we're trying to paint these guys up at a later time. You know, I don't think it hurts to be careful. These tokens are resin cast, so I need to clean them to get the mold release off, otherwise they will be a nightmare. They're all cleaned up now, and I left them to dry for a few hours, and in the meantime, let's clean the desk. It's important. I like to maintain a clean workspace in between projects, just to help clear my mind. I'm sure you know the feeling. Let's get these guys based. So I've got a little box up on my shelf with a whole bunch of bases in there. They're like Games Workshop bases, and some are 3D prints, and some are cheap Chinese plastic bases from Amazon. You know, I'm sure you guys have a similar collection. And I like to base my models just based on optics and not on any rules usually. So I will take a base and I'll have a look at what looks best, you know. I like my minis kind of slightly overhanging their base but having a little room around their feet. So that's what I did with this guy. I think that's a 60mm base, and now everyone else gets a fitting base as well. I think two of these I ended up putting on 28mm bases and the rest on standard 25mm bases. I'm not too worried about base sizes in games. I know it's important for some games, but for me, I don't really care. You know, I play D&D, I play like skirmish games, and I'm not too bothered by it. So I had this little plastic raven in my bits box, and I thought he was perfect to put on this guy's shoulder. I love the idea of this little carrion bird just kind of following this big guy around, because there's so much blood and gore wherever he goes that there's just like free meals every day. So they just hang out together. I thought it was like a cute contrast to the very grim, dark and brutal look of the Sin Eater. Putting some cobblestone on his base. This is also 3D printed bits that I got a long time ago, and I'm slowly going through them. And then it's just me putting this texture paste on all of these bases. So enjoy a little time lapse of me putting the stuff on the bases, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, and now they're all based. Look at them. Oh, I think these are such cool models, and I'm so happy to have received these in the mail. Keller Nerd, thank you so much. You're amazing. I don't know how to thank you, except by painting these in the best way possible. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for possible projects I could use these for. I was thinking Forbidden Psalm, Morkborg, something along those lines. But if you've got any other ideas, please let me know. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Kisses!